Okay, so let's talk about sleep. We think about it all the time, right? We track it and we worry about it. And most of us, if we're being honest, feel like we're just not getting enough. But what if the way we've all been thinking about a good night's rest is just, well, fundamentally wrong? I mean, this is the question, isn't it? It's the first thing you ask yourself when you wake up feeling like a zombie. It's what all those fancy apps and trackers are trying to figure out for you. Did I get enough? But here's the twist. The science is starting to show that focusing only on enough is actually leading us down the wrong path. There's a much better, much more powerful question we should be asking ourselves. And this really gets us into what you could call the great sleep debate. For decades, the entire conversation has been about one thing and one thing only: the number of hours. And look, for good reason. We're constantly hearing these scary warnings about how not sleeping enough is linked to all sorts of nasty stuff like heart disease. The message is drilled into us: sleep less and you're playing with fire. So naturally, we think the solution is simple: just get more sleep. We're all chasing that magic number, 7, 8, maybe even 9 hours, thinking that more is always, always better. But that's where the story takes a really fascinating turn. It is time to uncover the real king of sleep. We're going to find out the single most powerful factor for our long-term health and, get this, our longevity. And spoiler alert, it is probably not what you think. So let's just ask the question, what if hitting that 8-hour target isn't the be-all and end-all? What if there's another piece of the puzzle that's way more important to our well-being? Okay, check this out. This says it all, really. When scientists looked at what actually predicts a long, healthy life, yeah, sleep quantity was important. You can see it right there, that first bar. But then, just look at that second bar. Something else is way, way more powerful. And that something is sleep regularity. The research is crystal clear on this one. Regularity is king. Going to bed and, even more importantly, waking up at a consistent time every single day, that's a better predictor of how long you'll live than just the total hours you sleep. It's such a simple idea, but it is a total game changer. So what do we actually mean by sleep regularity? It's nothing complicated. It's just the consistency of your schedule. It's about setting your body's internal clock by waking up and going to bed around the same time, day in and day out. And yes, that means on weekends too. Now, even though regularity is king, it doesn't rule alone. To really make this work for you, you've got to see it as part of a complete system. And that's where this thing called the QQRT framework comes into play. Because look, to get the absolute best results, you can't just focus on one thing. True sleep optimization means understanding how all the different pieces fit together. Regularity is the most powerful lever you can pull, but it works best when it's part of a complete system. So let's break down this QQRT thing. It's built on 4 pillars. The first 2 Qs are quantity, which, yes, is still important, and quality, which basically means how deep and refreshing your sleep feels. Then you've got R for regularity, our new king. And finally, T for timing, which is all about making sure you're sleeping in sync with your body's natural clock. You can think of this as a quick little diagnostic for your own sleep. Just ask yourself these questions and really look at that one for regularity. It's so simple. Do you wake up at the same time every day? If the answer is, no, then you've just found your #1 target for improvement. All right, so let's turn all this info into a real practical blueprint. How do we take this amazing insight about the king of sleep and actually use it in our lives, like starting tonight? This right here, this is the core mindset shift. The old way was all about stressing at night, thinking, I have to get my 8 hours. The new, much more effective way is to focus on just one simple commitment: what time your alarm goes off in the morning. Stop worrying about when you fall asleep and start focusing only on when you wake up. And that is the secret. Seriously, don't try to fix everything at once. You'll just get overwhelmed. Focus on the #1 priority. Pick one single thing and make it completely non-negotiable. And that one thing should be your wake-up time. So why start there? Well, first off, as we've already seen, it's the king for longevity. But it's more than that. When you lock in your wake-up time, you create this powerful domino effect. It naturally starts to improve the quality of your sleep, and it helps your body figure out the right quantity it needs on its own. It becomes a stable anchor for your entire day. So, I'll leave you with this one question. Forget about the hours for just a minute. Look at your schedule, be honest with yourself, and just ask, what is the one single wake-up time you can commit to every single day for the next 7 days? Making that one simple decision might just be the most powerful thing you can do for your long-term health.